all too often we find ourselves out here in the shop cleaning parts for hours and hours and hours. So Jim and I did a little bit of talking, and we've seen these ultrasonic cleaners around for years. I had one when I was in aviation in the Army and kind of forgot about it. So we decided to go pick ourselves up one, save us a little bit of time in the shop. So we're going to unbox this thing. I've got a few parts sitting out here. We're going to try and clean some sockets, some spanner wrenches, some bolts, just to kind of show you what this thing can do. We're not real sure. We've never used one of these here in this shop, so we're going to give it a try. So let's get this thing unboxed and plugged in and filled up and see what it does, see how long it takes. So we picked this thing up at Harbor Freight. You went and picked it up, or did we order it online?
No, we got Harbor Freight. Picked it up.
Went to the local Harbor Freight. They had it in stock. How much does this item run?
85.
85 bucks. Generally, that's about what the hourly rate is, you know, in a shop rate. And we spend hours and hours cleaning hardware to do these restorations and stuff. So why not try and save us some time here? That's what we're going to see if it does. So it's not the largest thing in the world, but it should fit all of our parts in it pretty easily. Pretty cool little design on the front, little digital display. It's got a little basket inside, nothing crazy. So that's it, a couple seconds to unbox it. Lid goes on one way. Figure out where this guy plugs in at, right there in the back. And that's it. So if you look on the inside of this thing, it's got a minimum and a maximum fill line. So all we do is get us some water, fill that up, add a teaspoon.
They say quarter teaspoon.
Add a quarter of a teaspoon.
Mine ain't so good.
1/4 of a teaspoon.
Ooh, that's right.
In there. So I'm gonna go grab some water. I didn't have that pre-set up, so I'm gonna grab some water, put some water in this thing, and put this stuff in there. We'll throw some parts in it. Give me just a second. All right, so I located some water. It's not antifreeze, it's just water. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit in there. Perfect. Then we get our ultrasonic powder here, and I don't know how much of a quarter of a teaspoon is, but I'd say roughly about that much. That looks good to me. So I think all this stuff will fit in there. Well, there's a socket. There's another socket. The spanner wrench. She's a little tight, but I don't think it'll hurt anything. We'll just do one of those at a time in a bolt. So let's lid it up and turn it on. She's making noises. It's mixing everything up in there, vibrating ultrasonically. It's working. Now we just gotta wait and see how long it takes to get these parts clean. All the parts are already bubbling. There's like stuff coming off the parts already. So now we just wait. So ultrasonic cleaner's just shut off. Instructions said to use tongs to remove the component. I don't have tongs, but I have something that'll work just as good. So these were pretty rusty before we put them in. They're quite a bit cleaner, significantly cleaner. But reading the instructions, it does say that if parts are extremely dirty and rusty, it might take 2 cycles and it might require a heating cycle. So we just tried it for 3 minutes. We're gonna run it for 3 minutes again with the heating cycle. That's it, couple buttons, and we're gonna try it one more time. There's a whole lot of dirt and debris floating around in there, so it's doing its job. Boom, there we go. Second cycle's complete. So we're gonna go ahead and compare these two spanner wrenches. They both looked identical before going in. So we'll pull out this other spanner wrench. It's still got some corrosion on it that I can see from here. So it removed a significant amount of the corrosion that was on there, not all of it, but we also didn't brush any of it off to begin with. But the sockets were pretty ate up with corrosion, and they're quite a bit cleaner. Much better than they were. About as good as you get them with a brush. We're gonna try it one more time with a dirty, corroded hose clamp and see if it brings the shine back out. So the hose clamp's done, and it looked pretty rough when we put it in. It was pretty dirty, been used up. I'd say that looks pretty shiny, pretty good, huh? So it didn't get everything off on that cycle. There's still a little bit I can see from the backside, but it just wipes right off. Saves a whole lot of time. We're gonna go ahead and try a brass plug and this old dirty crescent wrench. All right, just turned off on us again. Let's check these parts out. Got all the gunk and grime and thread tape out from that guy. So one thing I'm sure that most of our viewers get tired of doing is cleaning their guns. They go to the range, put a couple hundred rounds through their weapons, and then they got to take them home and clean them. So we're going to see if we can't circumnavigate that long process of cleaning every single part and piece by dropping this in the ultrasonic tank. That way we can let you know if it causes any damage or if it works and what it does. So this one's got about another minute left to run, and then we'll drop this guy in there and see how clean it can get. It's pretty dirty. It's got a couple rounds gone through it. There's some powder in there, quite a bit of it. See what it does. We're gonna go ahead and throw this barrel in there. Water's warm. Heating function works. Think we should heat the barrel? I think we should. Let's go ahead and set it at 2 minutes. See what that does with the barrel. All right, so the barrel's coming out. Oh man, that is the way to clean that. Y'all take a look at that right there. There's no powder, no residue, no nothing. I think we have found a new way to clean our parts and pieces of our weapons. I think overall this thing does exactly what we wanted it to. It didn't get the parts as clean as we had expected. However, these things were pretty corroded. This is like a 40-year-old bolt that's been on a 1980s truck. As far as the corrosion, we didn't really know what to expect with getting corrosion off. And it did a significant job getting the corrosion off. Not perfect, so we still need to take a flat disc to some of those parts. But overall, got shiny parts shiny again. Took a lot of corrosion off some of these other parts. Cleaned the gun barrel. I think it's definitely a win for this parts cleaner. It's going to save us quite a bit of time.